Welcome to segment 3 of 3 of the pregame.com video and audio podcast for September 2nd, and the third segment is Free Picks. I'm your host, RJ Bell. I'm joined by Marco D'Angelo, 30 years in the business, Marco, and Vegas Runner, a genuine Las Vegas professional batter. All right, Free Picks, let's get straight to it. Who we got this week?
I lost last week, let's tell like it is. Actually, I had a terrible last week overall, the whole weekend. This week, I'm going to step up and
let's talk about that.
Oh,
You
like it is.
bad. You had a game of the year that lost.
Yeah,
You went. What'd you go? 1-23.
No. Actually, I went 1-7, and then 2-1 in UFC bets. So.
All right. So, and I think one of the things that make us a little bit different is Vegas Runner was in the forums, and you go to the forums, just go to pregame.com, click forums on the left side, and you were answering the questions. A lot of people upset, but that's one of the beauties of a sports betting community is you actually can feel the wins and commiserate over the losses together, and you were right there with them because chances are you had the most money in those games.
I think I did. I took a little beating. I wish I could say it'll be the last time, but it won't. But the key is to learn from it and try to minimize any kind of future damage from it. It's the inevitable, RJ. You've been in this long enough to know with winning comes losing, and you got to be able to overcome that.
Well, what we always say is Steve Wien, imagine him getting all upset and saying, hey, that blackjack table number 32 actually lost last night. He's thinking, I got a positive expectation. I want to get as many reps as possible with a positive expectation. What we need to do as batters, and you and Marco as handicappers, is re-examine when there is a losing streak, are you doing something wrong?
Exactly.
And we're constantly improving. And in theory, we all should be getting better, or you two should be getting better as time goes on.
Decisions, not results. You make them enough right decisions, results eventually take care of themselves. The free pick that I want to give out is my AFC representative for the Super Bowl. I put my futures up every year. Last year I gave out the Steelers. They got there for us. This year I'm going to give an AFC.
And when did you give the Steelers out?
Early on, brother. It was like 13-15-1 when everybody else was touting New England and all them. And I'm going to give the AFC one today because it's 10-1. And next week I got a nice NFC 20-1 for you. I'm going with the San Diego Chargers. I absolutely love this team.
To win the Super Bowl?
I love them to get to the Super Bowl. I love the value because to me it's a 5-unit play, which is as big of a bet as I make. And the reason for that is it's a 10-1 odds, 9-1 at Bodog, 10-1 here.
And remember, you can get the best odds or find out the best deals from the most trusted books. Go to pregameaction.com for that.
And I think being able to have 50 units to work with come playoff time, I could do a lot of damage. The key is this team's going to make the playoffs. You look at the AFC West, they're going 6-0 against the AFC West. All they have to do is go 4-4 on the road. They'll be 10-6. I think they could do better than that, which may give them home field, something they could use come December, come January, being a warmer weather team. Question mark is Norv Turner. That's what Eric's going to say. How can you bet Norv Turner?
Big red question mark.
Exactly. But with 50 units in play and them possibly having home field, which will make them a favorite in the game, I could do a lot of damage. There's a lot of
favorite? Are they a favorite? I mean, Indianapolis was favored.
Yeah, it was. It was like a pick-em one. Yeah, you're right.
Against San Diego last year.
You're right.
But that wasn't an 8-8 team, so the San Diego. So.
I just think we're going to see the team from 2 years ago, but is able to get it done. We got a healthy LT who finally realized he needs to get ready earlier. Rivers signed his big contract. Merriman's ready to go. This team's loaded. And I think this is a team that's been a few years in the making.
Now, I'm not sure. I see our producer Brandon's actually jumped on the computer. Are you batting right now?
He's all over it.
Yeah, I think he's putting the bet.
That future blog from last year. He's all over it.
Well, let me jump in. You actually are in agreement. The Football Outsiders is a website. They have a lot of great information. It's not a betting site, but they have a lot of real statistically driven info.
Excellent.
They project San Diego to have the most wins in football this year. Scheduling, a lot of these factors.
30th toughest schedule.
So the question is can this team win 3 times against the Belichicks, the Tomlins, and then you know, the NFC representative? I don't like it myself. Real quick, Marco, what's your thoughts on San Diego?
Well, actually, a few weeks ago on the podcast, I gave a future bet on San Diego over the win total.
Which I like better because Turner's not good. And what was the win total on that?
I believe it was 10 at the time
Yeah.
when we gave it out.
Really?
I bet it, yeah.
Interesting. So any quick thoughts on VR's future?
I definitely say they'll make the playoffs. It'll come down to they're going to have to go through Pittsburgh and New England to get it done, though.
Any closing thoughts on to make your case?
They had 5 very close losses last year. And usually when a solid team, that happens to them, the next year there's a very good chance that you see a significant improvement. And I really believe we're looking at a 13-3 team.
I think that's a projection the outsider said. So
I really believe that.
And
I think that gets them home field.
it's a good point. At home field is something we haven't thought about. One of the things we pride ourselves on here is we talk about all the time is actionable info that you can actually go bet, but also that we don't just nod to each other. If I disagree with Marco, VR, we're going to say it because the information needs to be something you can bet with confidence, and that only comes if you know we're addressing these issues. All right, so Marco, one of the other nice features of the free pick segment is we give out a coupon each week if you want to go to pregamepros.com and bet some of the best bets. So hit it.
All right, my favorite part, giving your money away. And folks, if you don't know it, we've got a redesigned website, and in honor of that, the coupon this week is New Site 10. One word, New Site, the number 10. You're going to get $10 off any package you buy at pregame, and that's good through Sunday.
All right, awesome. So, and I always ask this each week, if the pick is $10 or less, they actually get the pick for free.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We got 2.5 minutes for you, Marco, with your free pick. Well, actually, real quick, though, we got some guys really hot at the site, especially going into college football.
Well, we had a guy last year, Dwayne Bryant, 71% for the entire college football season. You know, you want to check.
That's documented.
That is documented. A great performance from him last year, and he's having a good year in 2009 with all of his picks. So I would check Dwayne Bryant out for college football for sure.
Awesome. Okay, now you got, let's give you 60 seconds. Give us a winner.
Wow. Thanks, VR.
Pleasure.
He's a little upset because I won my free pick last week.
50 seconds.
We're going to go to preseason football this week, and we're going to go to the Houston Texans. I know they played on Monday night, and they're playing with a short week, but folks, they're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I'm going to go on record right now will be one of the 3 worst teams in the NFL this season. Take the Texans. Wrong team is favored, and just the fact that Vegas set the number under 3, it opened at 2.5, that's inviting you to take Tampa Bay as just pick the winner at home in the final preseason game. It's a trap. Take Houston. They win outright.
Now that's an interesting, it's back an extension. We talked about it earlier in segment 2, is when a line looks like Vegas wants you to take it, you like to go against it and be on Vegas' side.
Absolutely, and I'm taking Houston.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay, now, in general, though, and we can have 10-second answers here, week 4 of the preseason is you don't want to over-bet it. There's some potential for profit, but you don't want to overdo it. Agreed?
Absolutely. Be careful of the teams. You still want to look at teams that have key positions as far as backup quarterbacks. If they got 2 good backup quarterbacks.
Because in general, between week 3 and 4, they played they're really letting this be a dress rehearsal for the final cuts. They want to really, this is the game for the guys on the border of making the team.
Right.
So really, I always like to play the worst teams of the last few years because they have the best draft choices, and that's who's playing.
True.
Is that how you do it?
Absolutely, and I'm extremely selective. It's got to be, I got to really be convinced to make a play in week 4 of the preseason.
All right. Something else we separate ourselves with is we're not always hyping. We want you to win. We want you here with us for years to come. Okay, this is segment 3. Now, here's what's interesting. We had some requests to actually do an overtime segment. So this is going to be podcast only, audio podcast only, overtime segment, a separate file that we're going to double back through all 3 segments and talk a little bit more about everything. And you can get that at pregame.com. Remember, you can get all of our videos at pregame.tv. See you next week.